Yo, this is a motherfucker who needs no introduction. You are watching Breaking Records Radio.
So let's talk about this new project then. So if that's the case, and you're being able to kind of express yourself freely and in a kind of a new way, and you're able to experiment and innovate, what's that mean for this project? What's it going to sound like? What are you kind of working on, experimenting on for this project?
Man. I'm having a blast, bro.
First off, do we have a title? Do we have a title for the project?
Yeah, it's 3016, King of Queens. Yeah, and then like King of Queens in parentheses, but I'm having a ball, and it's just like this jambalaya of like you know, things I'd be expected to do, things that you might not expect me to do, influences you'd expect me to have, influences that might make you be like, what? I didn't even know you liked that. But it's just that, and it's coming out amazing, and it just makes me smile every time I leave the studio. You know, so like I said, I haven't been this excited to record since The Natural. You know, like, and the people I have on there thus far, like, you know, I finally worked with my cousin Infared, and he's formerly from Rough Riders, but he actually is, you know, he wrote All the Way Up, and he's the guy that's on the All the Way Up record with Fat Joe. So me and him have been working a lot together. I'm working with Large. I'm working with Pete Rock. I'm working with Havoc. I'm working with Ty Fife. I have Reezy Renegade, who, like, he's done Lottery for K-Camp, and he's done Ooh 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 for Rich Homie Quan, and we've made incredible songs together, and that is blowing my mind. I got to shout Scott Storch out, because we're getting ready to go in the studio. So it's a mixture, I think, of a lot of the old staples or the old faces you would expect, but it's also a blend of, well, there's this too, you know. So I'm excited. I'm having fun every time I go in the studio, which is the biggest thing to me, and it sounds awesome. You know, so I'm very anxious to let the rest of the world hear it, you know. So I can't wait. I cannot wait.
That's amazing. I was going to ask about the production palette there, but you mentioned Scott Storch, Havoc, Large Pro, etc. What's it like working with some of these producers when you have your own kind of vision in mind? You mentioned, again, you have an idea for how you want this project to sound, and I think most artists would, but then you're going to producers that are so well defined, right? Like I can listen to a beat and I can identify that it's a Havoc beat or a Large Pro beat or a Scott Storch piano loop or a melody or whatever, right? Like those things are very well defined to their personalities. What's it like going to somebody like Havoc or Large Pro and kind of communicating your own vision for how you want a project to sound?
It's I mean, with Large, it's always funny because, like I said, there's that big brother, little brother dynamic, and I always look at that like, I always look at working with him like, okay, it's like you're with Yoda, and you just, with Yoda, you do what Yoda tells you how to do, because Yoda sees shit that you can't see.
Yeah, most certainly, yeah.
Right, so it's just fun for him to guide me, and it's dope, because one of the biggest things that I have appreciation for getting older is just the fact that we're all able to learn. You know what I mean? Like, just the process of learning something, like, that's everything to me. So I have this whole new outlook on that, and it's a pleasure to be there and have somebody like that who's guiding you through every step of what you're doing, you know, with your song, even down to your tone, even down to, well, don't say it that way, say it this way, well, try to do this I have fun learning from what he's telling me to do. And then it's more fun to see, to try and figure out, well, like, why? And then one moment you just get in, you're like, oh, that's fucking genius. That's why he said do it. So.
Yeah.
And then with Have, it's more of like, we don't even really go over like anything. We just get together and we talk about our kids and we talk about mutual friends that we have and, are in life now and so then we just let that shit spill out over a beat.
It's organic, yeah.
It's very organic. Well, both of them is very organic. I mean,
yeah, they just come from different places, yeah.
They just exactly. It's just different places, but it's a pleasure. You know what I mean? And like I said, the kick I get out of it more than I ever have is just learning from the experience of working with them, and then being able to say, "Wow, how fortunate are you to be able to work with these people?" So I'm having a blast, bro. I'm
100%.
having a blast.
Man, I'm glad to hear that. When is the project slated to come out? Are you waiting for the pandemic to clear up, or are you slated when's the project planned to come out?
No, like I said, like right now, bro, there's like no rule. You know what I mean? So I basically, like, I won't say we're waiting for things to clear up. No, it'll definitely be out this year coming, absolutely. But it's just like right now, yeah, it's definitely coming out in 2021. But now it's just, wherever time go, and should time tell me to release of it then as opposed to less, than I will. It's just, it's getting that feel for the weather outside, and there's no rush, there's no worries, there's no pressure. So, I'm just going with it, and it'll see the light of day definitely in 2021. Like I would definitely say before the summer, see how everything goes. And I'm just having fun with the experience of it. So it'll be there sooner as opposed to later.
Gotcha. So again, for those listening at home, the upcoming record is 3016 King of Queens. Where can people follow you, social media wise? Where can people stay up to date with not only new music but yourself personally?
Oh, yeah, I'm on Facebook. There's my fan page. There's my page. On Twitter, it's at Real Mike Geronimo. Instagram is Mike Geronimo, and then you guys can always go to our website, which is MikeGeronimo.com. But between all those outlets, I mean, one way or another.
Perfect. Man, again, I said this at the beginning, and I'll say it again here, but I can't thank you enough. I had a blast. I'd love to have you back on in the future whenever you do end up having new material coming out.
I would love. Absolutely. Like, I have so much love for your part of town. You know what I mean? And I get support from that part of
the world. Yeah.
Like, if I could, a shout out to everybody in Canada. Shout out to Toronto. Shout out to every area, even Edmonton. I don't care where you are. I'm appreciative. I love you guys. Thank you for the support and the love over the years. You have no idea. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the day when we can come back out there and do shows. But you could call me anytime, bro. I would love to do it whenever you're ready.
That's amazing. Again, man, I can't thank you enough for coming on. I appreciate it. And, we'll definitely be speaking again at some point in the future.